Basketball and writing. Hey, he is our next guest right now. Wisdom's got the book in his hand right now. A 5-time NBA champion, 18-time All-Star, 2-time gold medal winning Olympian, Academy Award winner, Emmy Award winner, now adding a new role to the resume, the one and only Kobe Bryant, who just released his first ever novel called The Wizanard Series Training Camp, the book created by Bryant, written by award-winning author Wesley King, and it'll be the first in a new genre of storytelling, sports fantasy. How's that for an intro?
That is a great intro. I mean, and I'm sure he's not impressed because he's done just about everything.
No, but he should have been part of that fashion segment.
He should have been.
You're blowing him away this morning. You're looking good, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you joining us this morning. We're going to talk about how we're going to fix our Lakers. You see, I said our Lakers later on, but let's talk about what you're doing right now with this book. What inspired you to do this, Kobe?
Well, I think it's a very important message that young men in particular need to hear. And it's something about strength coming from vulnerability. I mean, a lot of times we're taught to kind of suppress some of those fears that we have, as opposed to embracing them and facing them. And these young men in this story come to understand that their true power, their inner magic comes from very vulnerable places. And it's okay to embrace those, and it's okay to own those. So I felt like that was a very powerful message to tell.
Kobe, I know that one of the characters in the story is said to, I guess the term is relate more to you. I mean, do you put yourself in this book? Is any part of this a young Kobe?
Well, I can't help but, start bringing some of your, like my own personal experiences and kind of feelings to these characters. And Rain in particular, he was the first character that I wrote and created. But certainly all the other characters within the book have bits and pieces, not just of myself, but also players that I played with in the past. And the coach, Rolly B. Wizanard's, a lot of it's inspired by Phil Jackson and Bill Russell and John Wooden. And so taking bits and pieces and trying to make characters out of them.
All right, Kobe, you talked about this book and kind of what you're hoping that people will get from the book. But tell me about when you see this book, because when we look at it, we think a little bit on the outside, a little Harry Potter. Is that close, or am I off by saying that?
No, well, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, huge, and so what I tried to do, and obviously, loving magic and everything that Joe Rowling created as an inspiration, but also my love for basketball. And so how could I merge the two? Mm-hmm. And, in our household, we have young women that that love magic and fantasy, but they also love sports. So how can I bring a story that merges those two in a way that they can enjoy?
Well, I'll tell you what, in true Harry Potter fashion, you got almost 600 pages in there with no photos. So it's chock full of knowledge and lessons in entertainment. But I will say this, Kobe, I mean, it is...
Yeah,
Go ahead, man.
We try, it's like if I was a kid and looking at the book, certainly I would be a little bit intimidated. But the reality is that there are 5 books. There are 5 books in one. So like each character, Rain, Twig, Peño, Lab, and Cash, there are 5 books inside of there. So each book's about 115 to 120 pages. So it looks like it's a really, really thick read, but it's actually 5 books inside of it.
Pretty easy read and visually stunning too. Great job for the presentation.
Right. All right, Kobe, before we let you go, I got to ask you, I'm a lifelong Laker fan. How on earth are we going to fix our team? Are you going to come back, or what are we doing here?
No, I'm definitely not coming back, but I will say that it will happen. It absolutely will happen. How, I don't know. I think they have a couple directions that they can go into. But we also have to remember that the journey of winning championships was made sweeter by the times where we struggled, the times where we were swept by Utah over and over, the times where we got swept by the Spurs. Those championships became more meaningful after those struggles. So I think it's important to remember these times, and when we're winning championships, it'll seem like a distant memory.
All right. Well, Kobe, my friend Wisdom here, he coaches youth basketball, so I know he wanted to get in that question about the Lakers to help his own team as well. I'm going to steer clear of that. I will say when I first heard Wizanards, I thought maybe you were talking about the Wizards. That might be a short story, so we'll leave that one for another day. But I do have this basketball question for you. We have bragging rights at stake for our March Madness bracket here at Fox 5. Now, I see Kobe Bryant and I see Zion Williamson, and I know you know a thing about being a young man with a great basketball future. So I took Duke. Am I wrong here? Is there a better option?
Well, a smart man would definitely bet on Duke and those young men and what they've been able to accomplish. And Coach K, the job that he's done coaching that group, especially with some of the injuries that they've had throughout the year, that's smart money bets on Duke. So, yeah.
So I'm doing okay, Wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom's
okay.
he's not giving us his pick because he's changed it 4 times.
Yeah.
And I think, Kobe, he wanted to hear from you so he could change it for a 5th time.
Yeah, I'm going to change it. So you tell me who to pick, Kobe. Tell me who to pick right now so I can fix my bracket.
Yeah, I got to tell you, man, you don't want to really get too much of my advice when it comes to doing brackets because, you know, I remember I didn't go to college, so I didn't play college basketball. So all I know is what I see on the surface. Duke looks great. I think Gonzaga you got to really watch and pay attention to. But it should be an interesting tournament.
Gotcha.
I think the women's tournament is going to be just as competitive for the first time in a while. I think last year's women's Final Four was extremely entertaining, and I think the tournament this year shouldn't disappoint either.
No, and we're going for Maryland there. Kobe, here's what I will say. You had a great career in the NBA and in basketball. We know that. Congratulations on the Academy Award. Congratulations on the new book. I mean, just talent coming out of everywhere.
Yeah.
So we really wish you the best. We're glad you took some time out for us today.
Thank you.
And he was at one point you were a rapper. Remember that? You did the rap with Brian McKnight? Remember that?
Yeah.
Your love's a sword,
when
slices gently through my body, burns so weak, blood boils when you speak, makes me weak. You didn't know I knew that, did you, Kobe?
You
thought I was playing.
Doing it, Wisdom.
That's amazing. Hey, that is amazing, man. That is like at the inception of my writing days, man.
Yeah,
like I said, back then I could actually grow hair.
You never know what you're going to get with this guy. Thank you, Kobe. We appreciate it. Good luck with the book.
Awesome, man.
We wish you the best, man. Come see us if you're ever in D.C. We'd love to hang out sometime.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You gotta wear that pink suit.
You got it, man. We'll save it for you. He looks good with the turtleneck.
I know. I'm going to try to rock that. Maybe
Don't
I'll
ever
rock
bet
that in
against
here.
Kobe. Thanks for joining us.